Well, hey folks, and welcome to Solar Cabin Channel. You know, it isn't often that a piece of new equipment comes out that excites me because it's such a radical change that I think it's going to have just a major impact on people that are going off-grid and also for grid users. And that piece of equipment isn't a solar panel or a wind turbine or a new battery. It's actually a truck. And you know what? I happen to be a truck guy. I own an F-150, an old 76 F-150, and I've drove Ford trucks probably most of my life. At one time or another, I've had a Ford truck. And Ford has now come out with a new electric truck called the F-150 Lightning. And I have been doing all kinds of research on this vehicle because I belong to a couple of electric vehicle subs. And, you know, we've had a lot of interest in it. And I've been following electric cars for a long time. Now, I started talking about electric vehicles before they were even available. And I can remember talking to my brother, and my older brother, he's 10 years older than me. He worked in the oil field, in the oil patch. And he was a region manager for a company that provided all kinds of equipment and supplies to the oil field. And he was with them for, I don't know, 30, 35 years. He was with them for a long time. And, you know, he was tied to that industry. And one day we got talking and I told him, I says, you know, it's not going to be too many more years. You're going to see electric vehicles start to take over. And they're going to replace gas vehicles. And I said, you're going to start seeing solar and wind power, and it's going to replace other forms of energy. And we're going to go to a renewable energy society. Now, he got a big laugh out of that. You can imagine, this is a guy who's worked 30, 35 years. He's older than me, and in the oil patch. And so he was quite amused that I thought that that would actually happen. He did not think at all that that was going to happen. Now, here it is, a good 20 years later since we had that conversation, and we are already seeing this major change is now starting to go full force. And we are going to be switching over, and people are going to be using electric vehicles much, much more than they are even now. Because countries and several states are mandating now that at least a big proportion or all vehicles will be electric by a certain year. They've set a date for a certain year of when we're going to have all electric vehicles, and you're going to see more countries doing that because for a number of reasons, gas vehicles rely on a finite resource, you know, oil, which is going to run out eventually and will get more expensive as it gets harder to find. And we're also switching over to a renewable energy society to clean up our environment, deal with some of the pollution that we've been producing over the years that is damaging both to the environment and to our health and to our children's health and to our futures. And so we're seeing a major change, just like I predicted 20 years ago. We're seeing renewable energy, solar and wind power replacing fossil fuels, coal for energy, and we're now seeing electric vehicles that are going to be replacing fuel vehicles for the most part, and also heavy-duty industrial vehicles. So I'm really excited about that change. But then up until now, the electric vehicles that they've been producing haven't really excited me for a number of reasons. One is the price has been too high. Tesla produces good vehicles, and I'm not against Tesla or anything like that, but their vehicles have been more for a niche audience of people that have a lot of money. Let's face it, the average person couldn't afford their vehicles, which range anywhere from $70,000 up to $120,000. Okay, most people just don't have that kind of money. A few other manufacturers started coming in, and they, like the Chevy Bolt and some of these others, they started producing vehicles that were a little bit more affordable for city drivers. But they just didn't have the features of a truck. Now, like I said, I live in the oil patch. Everybody here pretty much has a truck. And we have RVs and campers that we tow. We go off-road a lot. We're on dirt roads all the time. We work in areas. A lot of people around here have farms. They need a truck. A car simply wouldn't do it, whether it's an electronic vehicle or a gas car. The people in my area need a truck, and I need a truck for the stuff that I do around my off-grid homestead. So even though electric vehicles have been out there, they've been kind of a niche audience for people that have a lot of money, and they wouldn't fulfill the need of people that live in rural areas, in states that have a lot of farming and things like that, or areas that have a lot of farming, and they just didn't appeal to people like me. So when Ford came out with the F-150 Lightning, let me tell you, it got a lot of attention from people like me in rural areas and farmers and that, because this is a vehicle that they recognize. It looks like a Ford F-150, and we're going to go to their website and take a look at it here. But it looks like the Ford F-150s that we've been driving for years, some of us since we were kids. But it has all the features of an electronic vehicle with really good mileage on it, and it has a lot of other features that I think are going to appeal to off-gridders. And since I'm an off-gridder, we're getting the best of both worlds here. So let's go to their website, and we'll take a look at this new Ford F-150 Lightning, and then we'll also go and take a look at the newest hybrid Ford Maverick, which is also a hybrid electric and fuel vehicle. So let's go take a look first at the Ford F-150 Lightning. Okay, folks, now it would be great if I was able to get my hands on an actual Ford F-150 Lightning to do a review of, but they will not be available to customers until probably spring of 2022. But you can go to their website, Ford.com trucks, type in Lightning F-150, and you can go to their website. This is that website. Now, these are generated images. However, they do have some trucks out there that they are allowing some people to review, and they look just like the Ford F-150s we are most used to. Okay, they look like a standard Ford F-150 truck, but the difference is these are full electronic vehicles, and we'll talk about some of the features here. Now, if you're interested in buying one of these, we'll get right to the point here. The Ford F-150 start at under $40,000. Okay, that is even less expensive in most cases than a standard F-150 fuel vehicle, or around the same price with a whole lot more features, and you can get them with the standard package for under $40,000, or they go upwards of about $60,000. They're going to have them with an advanced battery package and a longer mileage. You can reserve them. See the little ticket here? If you want to reserve one, you can get on their reserve list to be one of the first people to get one of these when they come out in spring of 2022. So let's go look at some of the features here. Okay, first thing about the Ford F-150 has been the top-selling vehicle in America. Not just the top-selling truck, but the top-selling vehicle in America for over 40 years. Okay, it is a very popular style of truck. It handles very well, does a lot of the things that people that want to use them for hauling RVs, using them around their farms, or for work trucks. And so they have become the F-Series pickup truck is one of the most, is a very reliable and very popular truck. So this all-electric F-150 is building on a very good style and reputation that a lot of people who drive trucks already have a lot of respect for. Now, you can go to their website and you can click on a lot of this, but we'll cover just some of the technology. For one thing, it's a 100% electric, and it says we went beyond building an all-electric F-150. We created the smartest, most connected F-150 Ford has ever built, packed with all the advantages that zero-emission propulsion offers, from nearly instantaneous torque to Ford belligerent backup power, connected services to intelligent range. It's a strong, capable look at what's to come. Now, some benefits. If you've never drove an electric vehicle, let me tell you the difference in main difference in a gas vehicle and electric vehicle is you have instant torque. Unlike a gas vehicle in which you have to go through a series of gears, anywhere from 10 to 15 different gears in order to get torque out of a gas vehicle, an electric motor only has one gear basically, and so it starts at the torque starts immediately, and torque is what you need when you want to take off and pull really hard, really fast. So if you're going up a hill, or if you're hauling a load like an RV or a camper or something like that, torque is what you need in order to get that load moving really fast in the right direction. Instead of a gas vehicle, and anyone who's towed a heavy load with a gas vehicle knows you have to put it in granny in first, and then you kind of get it moving, and then you shift it into second, and you get it moving a little faster, and then into third, and then into fourth. Or even with an automatic, you can feel it going through those gears so that in order to build up torque. With an electric vehicle, you don't have that problem. You've got instant torque for pulling a load off really fast, and also for getting up hills a lot smoother without having to downshift or upshift when you're doing hills. So that's one of the main benefits of an electric vehicle. Now, the Ford F-150 has a package that the base unit, I think, will do about 300 miles range. And they said that's with I think 1,000-pound load. That's with a 1 kilo load in the truck is what they figure will get a 300-pound range. And we estimated, the guys who are really good at math, estimated that without the load in, you're going to get about 360 miles range for the base unit F-150 Lightning for about $40,000, or a little bit less than $40,000. So that's good range. That's decent range. It's probably about the same range as you would get on a gas F-150. You're not going to get much more than that off a single tank gas F-150. It's about 360 miles. So you're comparable there. Now, what's nice about that extra miles of range is one thing to be aware of with electric vehicles is in wintertime, just like any battery, if you don't have your vehicle stored where they can be kept warm, the electric will zap the batteries. It will reduce the amount of capacity in the batteries, and because you have to run a heater in wintertime, you're going to be using up quite a bit of your power from your batteries that are in the electric vehicle to run your truck heaters during winter. So if you have that extra capacity from 300 to 360 mile range, you're actually going to be using some of that for winter use. If you live in an area like I do where we have really cold winters, you're going to lose some of your capacity running a heater. So that's just one thing to be aware of if you live in cold country like I do. It's not a problem if you live in warm country, although you will have air conditioner use that you run off of your vehicles. So this is their website, and you go to it. Now, one of the things that I really find very exciting about this Ford F-150 Lightning is it can be used for a backup power source. It can actually be used to run your house off-grid, or it can be used for running tools and building your house, just like a generator can. Now, it is designed so that it has a very large backup battery capacity that you can actually, and it has 110 and even 240 volt outlets, both in the front and in the back. And you can see the hood up here. This has what they call a frunk, not a trunk, but a frunk, with enough space in the front in order to put 2 big golf bags and a bunch of other stuff. It also has plugs in the front of this vehicle and in the bed of the vehicle for 110 and 220 volts. So you could use it like a generator to run power tools for building your off-grid houses. And it has enough battery capacity to power an off-grid home anywhere from, or a grid home, anywhere from 3 days up to 10 days, okay? Or even longer, depending on how much you can use. Now, that's the big feature that I really want to explain. Okay, so the feature that I am most impressed with the F-150 Lightning is this intelligent power backup system. This is different than any other electric vehicle out there. Tesla doesn't have it. None of the other manufacturers of electrical vehicles out there have this system set up yet. They may do it in the future, and I bet more of them do. But Ford F-150 was able to see ahead to see how this could be used, this battery power that is used for the vehicle has so many more uses that it can be used. It can be used as if your grid goes down, if you're connected to the grid power and you have a blackout, like they had in Texas recently, and we have all over the country at some time or another, places have grid blackouts. You can actually use your F-150 Lightning truck just like a generator, but without having to run any gas. You don't have to run the truck. It's basically a backup power source, and the power is stored in the batteries. So you can run your house right off of the truck by plugging it into the system that goes into your house. And you can have it set up so that it will work automatically. So while you're charging, and here's the pictures they show on the website, while you charge your truck from the grid, if the power goes down in the night, you may not even be aware it went out, you're asleep. If the power goes out, the sensor will automatically kick on and it will turn the power from the truck to house power, and that will power your house, okay? So you have the benefit of having this without having to have any gas. You don't have to run the truck. You've got a power system that can run your house for as much as 3 to 10 days, depending on how much power you're using at your house. Okay, that can also be used for a off-grid system for a backup power supply. Now, as I've done a lot of videos over the years of how we use batteries to store power for our off-grid cabins and houses, you could actually use this truck for the storage power. Instead of having a battery bank in your house, you could use your truck as your main battery backup storage, so that you at night when you get home from work, you just plug that in, you're charging it from your renewable energy, whether it's solar or wind power, probably solar power on your off-grid homesteads, and then you have that battery backup that's available there for storage to run your off-grid houses. That is quite a achievement that only Ford F-150 Lightning is offering right now. I will bet that other EV producers start seeing this, the benefit of having this, because it is an absolutely excellent idea. So, if you want to go and look at the different features for the F-150, which I really recommend, like I said, it has a targeted EPA estimate of 300 miles. That is with a 1 kilowatt or a 1 kilo load considered on the vehicle. It actually has up to about 360 miles of range without the load resistance that they consider in that figure. But even if you figure 300 miles, that's a good range. And they can give you all the information, and you can reserve an F-150. Now, like I said, I can't give you a hands-on review, obviously, because these won't be available until 2022. But you can get a lot of information on the website of all the different features that they have for the F-150 Lightning. And what I would recommend is, if you want to get more information, is go to this guy's YouTube video. Okay, so if you want more information from someone who actually did a review of the F-150 Lightning, and they do have a few of them out there they're allowing people to review, you can go to this guy's YouTube channel, Marquez Brownlee. Now, he does not work for an auto industry. He is an independent reviewer, and I think I watched his video and I thought he did a really good job of doing a review on the F-150 Lightning. Now, some of the features that I didn't mention that you will see in this: it has a dual cab, which is really nice. It is a short bed, which most people like. With the tailgate open, you can haul a pretty good load size in the back of this vehicle. Of course, it has the high torque of an electric motor for towing, and he does a really good breakdown of all the frunk and all the different electric features, the interior features, everything like that. Again, that is Marquez Brownlee on YouTube, and the video title is Ford F-150 Lightning Impressions, Better Than I Thought. I think his review is probably one of the best. Now, the other vehicle that Ford has come out with, is also an electric hybrid called the Explorer 2022 Maverick. And again, this will be coming out in 2022, probably spring of 2022. Now, this is a smaller vehicle truck, but it still has a hybrid electric motor in it. Now, the difference between a full electric and a hybrid motor, you're still going to be using gasoline, okay? You're still going to use gas. However, it also has an electric motor that is run from the gas motor, so that you can use a much smaller gas motor and get better gas mileage. And the estimate on this is right around 40 miles per gallon in the city. Now, let that sink in. That's 40 miles per gallon in a truck. Okay, something you don't find these days in a truck is that kind of high gas mileage, and you're getting a hybrid vehicle, so you're getting a truck that will
be better for the environment. It's going to use less gas, and it has a higher torque because of the electric motor backup. You actually have a more torque, and it also has a lot of other features. Really great looking truck. I really like this. Again, dual cab, short bed, truck called the Maverick. Now you can go to the website. Again, their website, Ford.com. Type in Trucks Maverick, and this should pull up. And you can go through the features for this Maverick. Now, the nice thing that I found about this truck here is the starting price for this one will be under $20,000. Now, really, that is very reasonable for a hybrid electric truck that's going to get you 40 miles per gallon. Ford is really making an effort to keep the price on these new vehicles low to attract people, because as we go forward, we're going to be getting away from the gasoline vehicles, and they don't want to lose their base, of course, because they have a long and large base of people that love Ford trucks. So they want to make sure that they are able to transition without fearing the price difference for either the electric vehicles or these hybrid vehicles. So they're keeping the price very reasonable, which I have a lot of respect that they're doing for, because some of the other electric companies are, like I said, producing niche electric vehicles that just, they cost too much. The average person couldn't buy one. But an average person could afford $20,000 for a hybrid or $40,000 for a full electric truck on payments, because that's not all that much different than what you would be paying if you bought the same vehicles in a gas model, okay, for people that are buying new vehicles. And then over time, what's going to happen is these will be traded in as used vehicles, and then people like me that can't afford a new truck will be able to pick one up maybe in 2 or 3 years as a used vehicle at a reasonable price. And you can get new batteries installed in them and whatever is necessary to make them still have all the capacity that you would have in a brand new vehicle. So you can go look at these Mavericks, and they have different versions of the Maverick, and Maverick XL, Maverick XLT, some of them with different features, like you can get a long bed or a short bed. You can get, all kinds of different features like you can. You can go look at their photo gallery. I think this is a great looking little truck. Okay, this Maverick. I really like the looks of this truck. And you can even see it. I noticed that they have this. This is their colorizer. Okay, one of the things that I think is just really cool on this Explore 2022 Maverick website, this is the Maverick Hybrid. Scroll down here and you will see where they have this, so you can actually see this vehicle in all different perspectives. You can see it all the way around, front, back, and you can also choose different colors if you want here. So you can choose. I really like this. Which color was it? The blue color. We're going to change this here. And this is the dark blue color. Which one was it? It was this, I think it was this light one. This is the one I like here. Isn't that a beautiful color? And then you can play around and see this from different perspectives on the Maverick Hybrid website. It's just a gorgeous truck, okay? And they have it in several different varieties and colors, and you can see all the different features. So anyway, that is the Maverick Hybrid. And then also you have the Ford F-150 full electric vehicle. So go check out those two websites, and also check out the YouTube video, and you can, that way you can see. Okay, and go to Marquez Brownlee's YouTube video and check out Ford F-150 Lightning Impressions Better Than I Thought. Watch his video. He does a really good job of explaining all the different features for the video for this F-150 Lightning.
Okay, folks, I hope you like this video. As you can tell, I'm passionate about trucks and also off-gridding. And so when I seen this F-150 Ford Lightning and the Maverick Hybrid, I was quite excited because I think that this represents a real opportunity. The way that they have set these vehicles up, they will work out very well for people that are either grid and want to have a backup power system, or for off-gridders. And they're going to work excellent for off-gridders that want to have a way to store power, and also can use it as a generator for operating their homes, their tools, for building their houses off-grid, that sort of stuff. So I think Ford has really knocked it out of the park with this. They're way ahead of the competition for trucks that also have all these features that I think are going to be really beneficial to people that live on farms, people that are off-grid, people that work out in the field and have to have a generator of some sort. I think they've done an excellent job in the design of these. I think they're also smart to keep the F-150, the old F-150 name, brand, and style, quality of that name that goes with that, that people have a lot of respect for. So I hope you like this video. And as always, please do like and subscribe to my videos. And if you go to my channel, I have over 150 videos for off-grid systems, and I've just put up several new videos, updates of equipment, and the systems that we use for off-grid that I think a lot of you would like watching. And you can go to my website, simpsolarhomesteading.com, where you can pick yourself up a set of plans for any of my cabin designs. I've got lots of different off-grid cabin designs and off-grid systems and books and information about off-grid living. All right, folks, have a great day.